In the darkest corners of our minds, fear and uncertainty lurk, casting long shadows over our hopes and dreams. A chilling yet apt description of the human psyche, isn't it? The fear we speak of here is not the kind that sends chills down your spine when you watch a horror movie. It's the fear of the unknown, the unseen, the unexplored. This fear is a universal human experience, something we've all felt in varying degrees. It could be the fear of starting a new job, moving to a new city, or even the fear of expressing our feelings to someone we care about. The unknown is vast, uncharted, and full of possibilities, both good and bad. It's this ambiguity that makes it so intimidating. Fear, especially the fear of the unknown, can be a crippling force. It can paralyze us, hold us back, and prevent us from reaching our full potential. It can keep us from pursuing our dreams, from taking risks, from embracing change. It can bind us in chains of doubt and insecurity, making us prisoners in our own minds. But what if we told you that this fear is not necessarily a bad thing, that it can be harnessed, shaped, and used to our advantage? You see, fear is an instinct, a survival mechanism. It's our body's way of saying, hey, be careful, we're about to step into uncharted territory. The problem arises when we let this fear control us, when we let it dictate our decisions and rule our lives. We need to remember that fear is just an emotion, and like all emotions, it can be managed, it can be overcome. So how do we do this? How do we face this fear of the unknown and come out victorious? Well, it starts with understanding that courage isn't about not being afraid. On the contrary, courage is about being scared but doing it anyway. But as we stand on the precipice of our fears, remember this: courage isn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It's about looking fear in the eye and saying, I see you, I acknowledge you, but you will not hold me back. Centuries ago, a man named Daniel faced his fear. His story is a beacon of hope and courage for us all. In the heartland of Babylon, a young man named Daniel found himself in the midst of a den of lions. Not by choice, not by accident, but by the decree of a king. Daniel, a faithful servant of God, was known for his unwavering faith and integrity. His devotion to his faith was so profound that it stirred jealousy among the king's advisors, leading them to plot against him. They manipulated the king into signing a decree that would punish anyone who prayed to any god or human other than the king for a period of 30 days. Knowing the risks, Daniel continued to pray to his God openly and without fear. His actions, though they led to his imprisonment in the lion's den, were a testament to his courage and faith. One might imagine the fear that would grip a person, thrown into a den of ravenous lions. But Daniel, fortified by his faith, remained unshaken. He stood strong amidst the growling lions, their eyes gleaming in the darkness. This is beautifully illustrated in the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verse 23. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him because he believed in his God. Against all odds, Daniel emerged from the den unscathed. His faith had shielded him from the lions, proving that faith can indeed move mountains, or in this case, tame lions. His story is not just about survival, it's about the power of faith and the courage to stand by one's beliefs, even when faced with life-threatening circumstances. Daniel didn't just survive the lion's den, he thrived in it, and so can we. His tale serves as a reminder that we too can face our fears, our lions, and emerge victorious as long as we hold on to our faith and courage. Just like Daniel, we can not only survive our trials, but thrive amidst them. We all have our lions, those fears that stalk us, that make our hearts pound with dread. Just as Daniel faced actual lions in the den, so too we face our own metaphorical lions every day. These lions come in many forms: the fear of failure, the uncertainty of the future, the adversity that life throws at us. They stalk us, they intimidate us, they make us question our worth and our abilities. But just as Daniel did, we too can face these lions and emerge victorious. Our first lion is fear. Fear is a powerful and cunning beast. It knows our weaknesses, it knows our doubts. It uses them against us, making us believe that we are not enough, that we cannot succeed. But remember, fear is only as powerful as we allow it to be. Like Daniel, we must stand tall, look fear in the eye, and refuse to be defeated. Our second lion is uncertainty. Life is full of unknowns. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know if our efforts will bear fruit. But uncertainty, like fear, is a lion that can be tamed. How? By faith, by believing in ourselves, in our abilities, in the goodness of others, and in the grace of the divine. Daniel didn't know if he would survive the lion's den, but he had faith, and that faith saw him through. Our third lion is adversity. Life is not always smooth sailing. There will be storms, there will be setbacks. But adversity, like the other lions, is not unbeatable. It is in the face of adversity that we find our true strength. It is in the face of adversity that we grow. Daniel faced adversity head-on with courage and faith, and he emerged stronger for it. As we face our lions, remember Daniel, remember his faith, remember his courage. We are not alone in our battles. We have the strength within us to face our lions, to overcome them, to emerge victorious. So let's face our lions. Let's conquer our fears. Let's embrace the uncertainty. Let's rise above adversity, because like Daniel, we are stronger than we think. Living with lions isn't about eliminating fear. It's about learning to thrive in the face of it. Imagine you're Daniel standing in the lion's den. The roars echo around you, their hot breath on your face, their eyes gleaming with hunger. Yet you stand. Not because you're fearless, but because you understand something fundamental about fear. Fear is not an enemy to be slain, but a companion to be understood. Just like Daniel, we all have our lions. They may not be literal beasts, but they are just as real, just as intimidating. They are the fears that keep us awake at night, the insecurities that whisper in our ears, the doubts that gnaw at our confidence. But what if we could live with these lions just as Daniel did? What if we could look them in the eye and say, "I see you, I understand you, but you will not control me"? Living with lions is about recognizing our fears, acknowledging them, and then using them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. It's about understanding that fear is a natural part of life, an instinct designed to protect us. But it is not meant to paralyze us. Instead, we can use our fears as fuel. Fear can drive us to prepare, to plan, to persevere. It can push us to confront the things we'd rather avoid, to face the challenges we'd rather run from. Like Daniel, we can learn to live with our lions, to coexist with our fears. We do not do this by denying our fear or pretending it doesn't exist. Instead, we acknowledge it, we learn from it, and we use it as a catalyst for growth, for courage, for faith. Remember, every lion in our lives, every fear we face is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become stronger. So the next time you find yourself in the lion's den, don't look for a way out. Look for a way to live with the lions, to thrive in their presence, to grow in the face of fear. Every lion we face is an opportunity for growth, for courage, for faith. Faith, like a small seed, can grow into a mighty tree that stands firm in the face of the fiercest storm. It is this power of faith that can help us overcome our fears and face adversity with courage and resilience. Imagine for a moment a tiny seed buried deep within the earth. It is surrounded by darkness, by uncertainty, but within that seed lies the potential for tremendous growth. With the right conditions, that seed sprouts, breaks through the soil, and blossoms into a mighty tree. This is the journey of faith. It starts small, often in the darkest of times, but with nurture and care, it grows, becomes strong, and stands tall against adversity. The Bible is filled with stories that highlight the power of faith. Take Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, for instance. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This scripture tells us that faith is about believing in what we cannot see and holding on to hope even when our circumstances seem bleak. Consider too the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. What a powerful testament to the strength and potential of faith, even when it starts as small as a mustard seed. So when we face our lions, those seemingly insurmountable challenges in our lives, faith is our shield, our anchor, our beacon of hope. It gives us the strength to stand firm, to persevere, to face our fears with courage and determination. And when we emerge on the other side, we are not just survivors, but victors. We are stronger, wiser and more resilient. When we face our lions with faith, we emerge not just unscathed but stronger. This is the power of living with lions.